We're going to look at Measure 105 now. That's the sanctuary law bill. A yes vote would repeal the sanctuary law, forbidding state resources from being used to apprehend persons violating federal immigration laws. A no vote would keep the state's 31-year-old sanctuary law in place. We had representatives from both the yes and the no campaigns here on Straight Talk just a couple of weeks ago. Let's listen to what they said about this.
We want to help and take down the barriers to law enforcement to enforce our laws. This is not a nationwide issue. This is a state issue. This has nothing to do with what's going on the border. This has to do with what's happening in Oregon.
Trust is the foundation of good policing, and that when local police act as an arm of the federal immigration agents, then many immigrants will feel too fearful to come forward to report a crime if they've been victimized, or if they've witnessed a crime, to provide important information to help solve a case.
Len, can you tell us more about who's behind the Yes campaign, the people who want to repeal the sanctuary law?
It's a combination of both a national group that wants to repeal these kinds of laws and are supporting the Trump administration's immigration policies to kind of close the borders and be tough on immigrants. That's that group. And then there's a local group called Oregonians for Immigration Reform that's locally. Now, they've had some of their own problems. The Southern Poverty Law Centers indicated that these are groups that are really kind of behind a lot of, kind of hate kinds of issues.
Which they deny.
They've denied that. And so it's a controversy in itself. So what we've got groups who seem to, the issue raises Oregon values really dramatically. We saw it in the clips. This is a situation that brings up in people's minds profiling in the past of racial groups and so on and so forth, and concerns now about immigrant groups, and also the whole question of, is our immigration policy moving in the right direction or wrong? So we're fighting out in Oregon a kind of a very significant values group, and I think the No campaign has really kind of hit its messaging, and I think they're doing probably a better job of delivering their message that this is you want to vote anti-profiling as opposed to kind of pro-restriction on sanctuary issues.
And to clarify, a yes vote would repeal the sanctuary
Right.
law, a no vote would keep the sanctuary law
Right.
in place that's been on the books for 31 years.